bald schon ziehen sie sich aus der Affäre. Spielen immer die Famosen, bringen sogar Rosen, doch bald kennen sie dich einfach nicht mehr. Berlin Boys sind immer für dich da. Berlin Boys sind immer wunderbar. Was immer sie auch machen, sie bringen dich zum Lachen.
Hello everyone, it is I, Elven L, and into this video we're going to find out can you beat Fallout 4 as terror Billy. As you know, Fallout 4 is a game filled with many weapons, and of course people would tend to stick with the one that fits their playstyle. But for this playthrough, I'm going to only pick up a gun if I sense hostility nearby. So the rule is basically, I cannot have any guns in my inventory. If there is an enemy nearby, I have to either kill one of them and get their gun, or search the environment for guns. After the hostility is gone, I have to either discard the gun or sell them. Maybe you guys would think like, bro, you can play in this game without guns, just 2 melee weapons. And that you will be correct. So I have limited the melee weapon perk point to 1 and no more. So doing all melee is plausible and possible, but it would not really be that effective, and besides, I don't really like melee combat in Fallout 4 to be honest. Okay, now without any further ado, let's begin the challenge. At the beginning, I tried to sculpt my character to look like BJ, and because I'm suck, the face sucks. For this character, I set 3 points for strength and charisma, 5 points for endurance and agility and luck, 6 points for perceptions, and 1 point for intelligence. The news of the bomb panicked everyone, and it even made my neighbor forgot to fix her dress. I mean, are you not embarrassed, man? My wife and I went inside the vault, and we got turned into popsicles. I survived. My pathetic wife did not. I once again punching my way through the vault and get the 10mm pistol and shoot the rest. After the roaches were dead, I discarded the 10mm pistol and went out from the vault. I visited a raider and his dog, and almost got myself killed by him. Good thing I am a pro gamer, so I survived. I refused to use Stimpack in order to save it from later. Even though I met 2 bloodflies, I still refused to use them. So I ran as fast as I could, and I used the workbench to scrap a couch and make a bed. But I could not sleep because of the hostilities nearby. Codsworth did his best to kill them, but one of them ran into me, so I took matters to my own hand. The removal of hostilities made my character calm enough to nap. So, the reason why I set my intelligence so low was because I tried to use the Idiot So Fun perk for the first time to see how good the perk is. And it actually did the job. I became level 7 just by creating an army of wooden posts. On my way to Preston, I picked up a double-barrel shotgun to deal with nearby hostilities, a group of mole rats, and a few raiders. I took care of them and then had to help Preston. I tried to sneak in and take down one of them, but screw that. I picked up a short laser musket and killed them all. I discarded the musket and head inside. I punched a lady to get her shotgun and then finished off her friends. I talked to Preston, forgot to greet Marcy, lucky for her, and I entered the power armor and shoot everything that moves with my minigun. After they were all dead, I head back to Red Rocket and got out from the power armor. Wearing a power armor is not against the rule in any way, just to make the challenge a little bit harder than it should be. On my way to Diamond City, I met Danse and helped him clearing the ferals. I chose to side with the Brotherhood because if I sided with the railroads, I need to play the long game, and if I sided with the Minutemen, there's Preston, and I just don't like the Institute, so it was the most logical option for me to side with the Brotherhood. Danse and I entered Archet and slayed the Saints, and because of my low intelligence in game and real life, I had a hard time to hack a computer. 69 tries later, I finally succeeded the hacking, and then it was time to fry Danse. I got a deep range transmitter, and then Danse and I had an awkward silence in the elevator. The two just straight up gave me the bedroom eyes. Jeez. I arrived in Diamond City and did Piper's interview to get some sweet XPs, and then had to seek Nick Valentine. I went to Combat Zone because why not, and I almost died, but that was fine. After the place was clear, I went inside Park Street Station and I thought it would be easy, but no, it was not easy at all. I killed Dino and rescued Nick. When we talk about the case in Diamond City, we suspect Kellogg to be the one who killed my wife, so we visit his house. But it was locked. So I head to the mayor to get the key. This time I wasn't so lucky like the last time. 3 charisma points weren't enough to convince the secretary nor the mayor. So I tried to bribe the mayor and of course it didn't work, but it worked on the secretary. Goddamn bitch. I got the key. Nick and I went inside the house and found clues. We then used dog meat to track him. I was about to send Nick back to his office, but then I thought my journey to kill Kellogg would be easier if I have Nick with me. So I changed my mind and let him come with me. On our way, we encountered hell. 3 goddamn super mutants, each of them carrying missile launcher. They killed us and I didn't have anything to defend myself but a knife. So I had no choice but to reload a safe before they spawned. After the hellish encounter, we encountered many obstacles and I had to kill them with my trusty rusty knife. I fought one legendary mongrels and it was not easy, mind you, but it was worth it because I got a left leg armor with duelist legendary effect that would actually got me out of hard situations during this playthrough. Then there was a Yokwai and of course I couldn't kill it with a knife. Luckily, there was a building nearby, so I picked up a 10mm pistol from a corpse inside and head out to face the bear. Outside, the bear was fighting a person named Cruel, so I decided to stand by and watch them fight. The bear won the fight, so I killed it, and then I discarded my pistol. When I finally arrived in Fort Taken, I stabbed a Sin until it dies, and then grabbed its rifle and finished their friends. Inside Fort Taken Command Center, my hands were shaking, thinking about how to defeat Kellogg. But the shaking stopped when I remembered that there was a fat man in this building, so I took the weapon and with a critical hit I shot and killed Kellogg. After I picked up his leftovers, I went to Memory Den and take a peek inside Kellogg's head. After that was done, I had fun a bit by clearing a dungeon, still stick to the rule, mind you, and then had to find Virgil. At the front of the cave entrance there was a deathclaw, so I sneaked around the lizard and because waking it up wasn't such a good idea for me right now. Virgil told me to find a courser in order to get inside the institute, so I entered Green Tech and then slaughtered the gunners. My arms were filled consistently with laser pistols and 10mm pistols, but then there is a gunner that carried a missile launcher. I threw a grenade and killed her instantly, and picked up her missile launcher. I finally faced the courser and tried to kill it with every arsenals I had in my inventory, and eventually got him killed. On my way to the railroad HQ, I cleared out a few dungeons and got carried away. My ego took me to fight a deathclaw on a rooftop. Again, I managed to kill the lizard and then continued my way to railroad HQ. And not like the last time, I only have weak weapons that I got from a super mutant outside the church, which means I am not in the position to slaughter the whole faction yet. So, I just asked Tom to crack the courser chip and then left the HQ. I came back to Virgil and he told me to build the teleporter. In the middle of this playthrough, I changed my mind and came to the Minutemen to aid me in my time of need. But then I changed my mind instantly after Preston asked me to help a settlement. So once again, I chose to side with the Brotherhood. I want to do the clearing Fort Strong quest but then encounter a few bugs. And one of the bugs is that the quest was not starting, so I reload the save to save myself from this special Bethesda bug. Then I finished the quest, and then I built the teleporter right away. I don't have a few necessary parts to build it, so I went exploring to find them. When I was searching the biometric scanner in Medford Memorial Hospital, I killed a few Sins nearby and acquired their weapons, and then killed the mutants. I gotta say, the most fun I had in this playthrough was clearing this dungeon, and I actually couldn't find the exact reason why that. After I have acquired the biometric scanner, I came back to the teleporter to finish it. The teleporter was finished, and then I could finally enter the institute. I talked to my son, Father, with zero interest to what he's talking whatsoever, and then find Dr. Lee. I found her, and as stubborn as before, she doesn't want to join the Brotherhood unless if I do a favor for her. And so I did her a favor. angrily, and that's enough to convince her to join the Brotherhood. It was time for us to build the Liberty Prime, the sexy man himself. So in order to help them, I'm getting the electromagnetic actuators in a hospital filled with tin men. On my way, I encountered many hostilities such as raiders, albino rat stack, and a goddamn sentry bot. One way or another, I gotta beat them. No matter how many times they killed me or how painful the gameplay would be, I eventually succeeded. I got what I needed and then head back to the airport and built the electromagnetic actuators. And then it was time for me to secure the nukes inside the pyramid. I used mostly my combat knife or hook to kill the hostilities, but when I encountered a legendary ghoul, I threw a synth relay grenade and made him took all of the damage. I took the synth rifle like a free candy. When I met the nuclear guy, I tried to use my charm to seduce him, and it actually worked. Ew. I secured the nukes and then head back to the airport. I watched Liberty Prime trembled the sky with his booming voice, and then faced Elder Maxon to confirm that I, in fact, would love to kill Danse. I followed Danse's trail, and that led me to a small bunker. There were two overpowered laser turrets. Seriously, they killed my ass, man. I destroyed one of them, but the other one is more goddamn powerful than the netherite. Yes, that is unbreakable. I shot it with the shotgun I found, but with no avail. It is bullshit and a very thank you Bethesda moment. So I gave up and just went inside the bunker. I tried to kill Danse without talking and it ended badly, so I do that again, but better this time. When I got out from the bunker, I could finally damage a damn turret.
Nice.
And then it was time for me to slaughter the railroads. When I got inside, I got killed multiple times by a railway rifle wielding maniac named Desdemona, but I managed to survive and killed every single one of them. When I got out from the HQ, I sensed hostilities nearby, and because I want to have a bit of fun, I ran to them and did a rampage with my recently acquired railway rifle. I went inside Pigman's house and killed the raiders, and then killed the Pigman himself. No mercy this time. When I went outside, I discarded my weapons because I don't want to get too attached to them. But then a cool snake attacked me out of nowhere. I was jumped and took a gun and killed it. Thank God. I went back to Pigman's house and took his blade, and then head back to the airport to report the success of the mission. Then it is time for the mass fusion mission. Fast forward towards the below of the level of the mass fusion, I took the beryllium agitator and woke up a few robots. I didn't mind the sentry bot, he cannot fit through a small door, so it was a good thing to take cover from these attacks. But then there are two assault rounds. I swear I almost shit myself whenever I hear their humming desert sound of charging up to one-shot kill me. I have managed to dodge their lasers and kill them, and then head outside of the mass fusion building. But before I set a step outside from this damn building, I took my time to help the Brotherhood this time, because I got weapons that actually felt good and satisfying to use. After all of that troubles, I came back to the airport. I inserted the beryllium agitator to Liberty Prime, awakening the guy, and then fast travel to MIT and help the Brotherhood kill the synths. Inside the institute, we kill every synth and scientist on site. Mercy? Unfortunately, there is no dictionary left in the Fallout, so I couldn't find the definition of it. I'm sorry. I met my son, father, and to tell him that I am 200 years old and still looks so much younger than him. And then I teach a synth boy because he is not a real boy. And then get the fuck out of here. And that was how I beat Fallout 4 as Terror Billy.